Welcome down on the floor, Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It's time for the Ron Newman Cup Western Conference Final. The San Diego Sockers and the Monterrey Flash, the repeat. And one game separates these two sides from the Ron Newman Cup Championship. Alongside Nate Alvarea, Craig Elston on hand with you. Nate, I think it's very fair to say the entire season leads up to and is about this game.
The entire season has been about tonight since day one. It was about making sure that this game took place right here in this grand old arena. The Sockers got the home field advantage. Now they got to take care of business.
San Diego being paced by the electric Brandon Escoto. Big players show up for big games. Last Saturday in the division final, a hat trick and the dazzling game-winning assist dancing through the entire Stars team. They're going to need more tonight.
More of the magic from Escoto, a bona fide MVP candidate this season. The Sockers are going to need every last bit of Escoto magic, and whoever else can pitch in tonight to take down this Monterrey team who have a lot of experience. The Sockers are going to need that energy to get them over the hump.
We always know about Frank the King Tayu, 50-goal scorer for Monterrey. But when it comes to the Sockers in Flash, you got to focus on Miguel Vaca. 6 goals in 2 games against San Diego.
Yeah, Vaca very much the Robin to the Batman within this within this Flash team, and it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye out for in those critical moments. If this game is tied late, keep an eye out for number 8. Keep an eye out for Vaca and see what he can do for this Monterrey team. The Sockers have got to make sure they don't over-focus on Tayu and make sure they keep an eye on Vaca themselves.
Sockers a healthy club, but a couple tender bodies. We'll get that update from Melissa May, and then kick off next on 11 Sports USA.
Their key impact players back in the lineup. But unfortunately, both Luis Pee-wee Ortega and Landon Donovan are not 100%. Pee-wee had suffered a hamstring injury earlier this month, and they thought he'd be good to go in the first round of the Pacific Division Finals against Tacoma last weekend, and he didn't even make it out of the first quarter. He's been working diligently with head trainer Paul Savage, and hopefully he'll be able to go the full 60 seconds or more in today's Western's Conference Final. In terms of Landon Donovan, he suffered a few leg injuries, including most recently a hamstring injury. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold him to power play and free kick situations. Craig, Nate, back to you.
Thank you so much, Melissa May, our on-field reporter. We'll be hearing interviews with Melissa throughout the course of the evening. Craig Elston, Nate Alvarea here with you, and we are just moments away from kickoff. The Western Conference Final. The San Diego Sockers, the Monterrey Flash. San Diego with their blue kits melting into gold yellow socks. They will run right to left and west to east in this first quarter. Monterrey, their road jerseys simulating the Mexican flag, a green shoulder, a white middle, a red shoulder, red shorts, white socks. They'll go left to right across your screens and east to west. In net, Boris Pardo. 22-1 in the regular season, 2-0 in the playoffs. In net for Monterrey, Diego Reynoso, 18-5 in the regular season, 2-0 in the playoffs. These two grand teams meet at center field. Only one will move on to the Ron Newman Cup Championship. Whoever wins here tonight. De mi hermanos para Monterrey. And to all our friends in San Diego and watching around the world, comenzamos! The Western Conference Final is underway, 15 minutes on the clock. The San Diego Sockers, the Monterrey Flash, the top 2 teams in the West, meeting on one game to determine who moves on. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Wave, 2-1 winners over the Baltimore Blast earlier today in the Eastern Conference Final. This one chested wide of Pardo's crease and cleared out down the middle by Pee-wee Ortega. Through ball attempt by Farber, but bouncing too far. Iran Pollo Ruiz collects on the center shield here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Guerrero Pino bringing in Luis Pee-wee Ortega. We just heard from Melissa, the sore hamstring has bedeviled him. Crossfield pass, it's Escoto. The star of the division finals with 3 goals, 2 assists, Brandon Escoto. The star of the regular season, the possible MVP. Here's Pee-wee battling through tackles. And coming over to clean things up, a little knee down. Heading out, Monterrey on the run. Brian Aguilar is dispossessed from behind. And Taylor Bond Sends it up the north wall for Escoto to pursue. One step ahead of him, Edgar Chapa Flores brings it back down. First minute of the Western Conference Final complete. Fans still just settling in. We have a fan fest outside, which had a lot of families staying out till close to the whistle for the jumpy jump and face painting, balloon guy, and everything else in between.
Greg, great to be here with you this evening. Good to be with you watching on 11 Sports USA and streaming online all over the world via Twitch. And just to paint that picture a little more, a vibe that we've been waiting for all year. The Sockers have had great vibes throughout the year, but right now this is what it's all about.
Cerda falls, no call. Donovan open, left wing, shoots, but a roller right on Reynoso.
Little tame in the first effort there from Landon, but good to see him lively. Talk about nursing that injury coming into this game. He's as close to 100% as he could get. Great job by the Sockers training staff over the last few days. And here's Escoto.
The real issue to watch for Donovan is his calf. It had been hamstring, and then just the last 2 days, a calf issue sprung up, resulting from getting kicked in that calf last weekend. And we'll see how much hop he's got in his step. 2 minutes off the clock, first quarter, just getting going. Leonardo de Oliveira, one of the critical additions from last year's club to this. Sockers wanted more punch, more depth. Last year, a 6-4 loss in Monterrey in this round. 8 newcomers added to the San Diego roster in the offseason, many with the express purpose of this matchup.
This is what it's been all about this entire season. We talked about it in the opening.
In the air,
Ooh.
Farber. Chested by Leo, but with a man on him, seeking a call. He doesn't get it. Pino jumps up and steals. But meanwhile, now a flash is down on the floor.
It looked like inadvertent contact from Leo, and maybe a little bit of theatrics in the end of it, but I think there definitely was a little bit of a shot to the face there.
Wow.
And they're talking about it being an elbow from Leo. I don't think that's really anything serious as far as the claims from the Monterrey players. It was a little bit before that. It was Leo backing up for the ball, and I think just a complete inadvertent piece of contact there. But there definitely was a little bit of contact to the face of the Flash player there.
Let's see if we could get a... No,
well, it was still before
you
that.
can see him falling slowly kind of at the very beginning of that off left frame.
If we go back a little bit further, guys, we'll get a look at Leo backing into him there. And it was, again, I think it was inadvertent. We're going to get it here. Here's a good look here.
And
so
it's
Leo,
Rosas, the man in question. Oh, yeah. He kind of ran his face into Leo's elbow.
You sometimes joke about that, but in all seriousness, that was more face to arm or face to elbow than the other way around. So good to see Leo reach down and say, I hope you're all right. But
appropriate that there was no whistle there, but taking nothing from Rosas, who, when you saw him on the floor, folks, if you noticed, I mean, he kind of had that 1,000-yard stare for a second.
Yeah.
Flexing the jaw.
No joking matter with that these days, and as it should be, and hopefully Rosas receives the necessary treatment. And you might see that and say, it didn't look like too crazy of contact there from Leo. Leo didn't have a lot of momentum going in. It was more the face running into the elbow, but sometimes it's just right where it hits you, that precise spot on the face there, the head area. I think that's exactly what happened for Rosas, and hopefully Monterrey number 12 is okay and good to go.
We resume the action with 12:20 left in the first quarter. No score yet between the Sockers and the Flash. By this time on April 13th, there was already a goal on the board. Something to keep an eye on tonight, and we'll get to 3 keys in a moment, Nate, but in particular, blue cards, how many, and if San Diego goes a man down, how efficient can they be in killing the Flash penalty? There's Pee Wee brought to the floor. The foul against number 18, Eric Kire Flores. You see him wearing Kire on the back of his jersey. Many of the Flash players going just like the Sockers do, with a couple with the nickname on the back instead of the last name. And from outside the red line, angled to the right, the captain, Craig Childs, surveys a wall set up 15 feet in front of him. Boyle with the overlapping run. And Childs will send it Boyle's way into the corner, off the wall. Vaca there at the top of the penalty area to deflect the ball out of harm's way. Boyle helps win the ball back. 3v2 low for a moment. Childs send it through traffic to Pee Wee. And Luis Ortega will turn and face.
Here's Pollo. Giles in the middle. One touch back to Pee Wee. Ortega with 10 goals this season, leading soccer's defenders in that category. Ball dispossessed. And Flores holding. Pee Wee taking it away. That path though blind to the middle, and Vaca able to run it down on his way to the bench.
You know, so much going on in the build-up to this game, talking all about vibes and how everyone's been looking forward to this night. One thing we haven't really talked at all about in the build-up tonight is the return of Craig Giles. We talked about it on Soccer's Overtime podcast the other day, but the Soccer's getting their captain back after that controversial suspension in the series against Tacoma.
Foul on Pino, making his run up the northern wall. Damian Garcia received that, and he's ready to change out. 4th minute has expired here.
Ooh. King Tsayu and Guerrero Pino getting a little shoving match way off the ball.
And
we see Pino again, and it's just kind of Pino against Tsayu, and everybody better stay out of the way.
Now what? We have a foul on Tsayu against Pino. Meanwhile, a Flash player put the ball in the net well after the whistle.
I think a little confusion out there, but that was Tsayu just getting caught as the second man right there.
For sure. Watch that battle all night long. Here's pressure on Escoto. Trouble. Foul called against Monterrey.
That very well could have been a card against Tsayu there. Blue could have come out the 2 fouls in a 5-second span, but Tsayu just kind of easing his way into the game, or maybe the exact opposite, actually.
Yeah. Here's Cerda on a curving distribution from Boris Pardo. With a man around his legs. Cerda dropped in the corner.
Wow.
Boy, a lot of players going to floor early. Free kick coming for San Diego from the left corner.
Not lacking in contact and physicality. The opening 4 minutes and change.
Oh, and that was, wow, a very dangerous play by Escalante. And as we watch the replay on the arena cam from down low, that was a possible carded foul. Referee watching studiously from the corner said common foul. Free kick. Escoto cuts it to the top. It's the shot blocked in the middle by Pichardo. And this could have been a 2v1. Cerda is under pressure.
Oh my
With
goodness.
men bracketing him. Cerda taking a wild ride backwards and getting the ball going forwards. Well played.
The long way home.
Landon Donovan. Escoto. Brandon Escoto. Pushed down, fouled. Monterrey bringing the physical presence early, as you would expect from this club. Tenacious.
Hey, but I love the look of the face of Brandon Escoto right there, almost cracking a little wry smile down on the ground there, saying, all right, let's do this thing. Let's keep this night rolling. Gonna be Escoto with the long run up here.
Indeed, but right into the wall and then into the party on the pitch, filled with our Soccer's Social Summiteers. Soccer's Social Summit 2. Rousing success, and there you see some of the folks, including resident artist genius Travis Peterson.
Resident ledge.
It's Escoto high off the wall, looking for Landon. Oh, punched away from him.
Oh, Landon. Oh, dear.
Now, turning and shooting, the save down on his knees, Reynoso.
Otra vez, Landon Donovan, my goodness.
Foul on San Diego outside on Contreras.
Landon's going to be more upset about the first one than the second one. The second one was kind of a wild swipe in traffic there, just did the best he could. That first chance, not able to take it first time, thought he might be able to bring it down with the chest. But I love the involvement from Landon early in this game. He looks hungry, I'll tell you what.
Could have hunted his first right there. Oh. Enrique Cañez. As the 5th minute's gone, 5.5 gone. In fact, 9:22 clock running. First quarter, no score. The King, Frank Tsayu. 71 goals 2 years ago, 50 this year.
Careful over there, Landon.
Dispossessed by LD and Contreras.
Well done, well done.
Leo, Farber off the bench. Leo brought down for the foul. And another direct kick coming for San Diego from just outside the red line.
That's a really tough one on Vaca, I'll tell you what. He came around that backside on Leo and actually got a decent angle and got a whole lot of ball there, but most refs are going to give that one. It had a kind of long delay about it. You felt the foul coming. See what the Sockers can do from the set piece here.
Here's Escoto. They'll just touch it for Leo. Leo looking to find his way through the wall.
Instead through the legs of the King.
Luis Ortega now. Pee Wee to Leo.
double team. Leo works around it. Leo stepping back to the right foot. 3 men dancing around him. De Oliveira possesses the ball. 2 all around him. He still gets loose. He shoots it hard off the wall, just missing right post wide. That was intended to find a target elsewhere. Farber pushed down, but the foul's on Bryan coming around the back. And the ball to Monterrey from their own corner. All of the tension you'd expect from a conference final, and all the precision as well. Team's ratcheting it down. Here's Chile Farias, the ex-soccer from years ago, and his shot outside punched away by Pardo. Pressure and a foul on Chile, getting his foot in on Guerrero Pino.
Guerre calm back there. Guerrero's got to be careful as well, though. Getting caught out in his own defensive third there, but calm stuff on the ball.
Remember, the Flash had great success with some high pressure against San Diego.
Exactly. It's the precise reason why I bring it up. It was not too long ago. It was just a couple of weeks ago.
15 days to be exact, if we want to be technical about it. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Approaching what would be our first time out of the game.
I mean, it's just wild to think that 15 days ago, these two teams were right here on this field.
Look at this back heel, trying to send in Cañez. Enrique Cañez. Pee-wee all over him. Back out to Damian. He's going to try and get that left foot away. Shot partially blocked. Comes through the middle. Nice little dummy by Pee-wee.
Really like that from Pee-wee. Talk about calm.
Again, Chile on the pressure. Sockers have 3v2 if they can get it. It's Boyo looking for Childs. Just missed him on the slide.
Ball was on, ball was played, and Childs just missed it by centimeters. Great pass there from Iram Ruiz.
7:15 to go in the first. Expect a defensive night if the Eastern Conference Final is any indication. 2-1 Milwaukee today, that score. Cerda into a crowd, and Torres takes it away. Edgar Torres Gonzalez. Foul against San Diego on the wall. Ray Contreras offers his disagreement.
Well, the cries of foul play from the Monterrey bench, and then that response there from Contreras. It's one of those nights, I'm sure you're already picking up watching this, it's one of those nights where every call, every inch is going to be so hard fought for. And those foul calls, situations where everybody feels that their opinion is more valid than the other.
This ball sending in Chapa. His shot punched away. Torres looks for the rebound. Falls. Play on.
Go on, Landon.
And Boris Pardo offers his support on that. Childs coming in. Landon on the wing. Donovan tried to chip it. It was more of a chunk than a chip on that one. And Pardo, the back line to Pino. Here comes Guerrero Pino. His pass forward to Iram was taken away. Back the other direction, Aguilar. Aguilar off the wall. He was looking for Tayu. The trailer settles and shoots and blocked by Donovan.
Just took way too long there.
Pichardo now. Exchanges with Bryan. Bryan stepping. Blocked shot. Pee-wee Ortega turned the shoulder into it. 5:48 to go in the first. Flash with a dangerous sequence. Crowd bringing the energy early. Thunder sticks distributed. There's some rally towels out, some vuvuzelas. Any way you want it. That's the way you need it tonight when it comes to sound. Tayu turns and shoots. He scores! The low post. Pino working near to the near post. Tayu beats him and Pardo to make it 1-0.
One chance, one goal, one very, very special player. Tayu christens the scoreboard with 5:25 left here in the first quarter. The King at it again. The Sockers felt like they had done enough there to keep to keep Tayu off the board, but not so.
Timeout. We'll come back. 1-0 Monterrey on 11 Sports USA.
Frank Tayu's first goal of the Ron Newman Cup playoffs comes in the Western Conference Final. It gives the visiting Monterrey Flash a 1-0 lead. First quarter action, just over 5 minutes to go. Craig Elston, Nate Abarea, Melissa May, and our TVX video crew here with you from Pechanga Arena, San Diego. A one-game playoff. Escoto heads into the area looking for Farber. He was held off the ball. Nice job of warding away Farber there by Damian. Now pressure. And a hopper that Pardo was able to gather at the last moment. Aguilar was on the pressure. Escoto in the corner. Crosses, Leo. Settles, Cerda. Into the middle and kicked away by Reynoso.
Again, Reynoso with the feet.
Leo shoots high. Escoto in his corner, off the wall. Damian runs it down. Then his attempt to clear, knocked away by Farber, but headed by Damian to Diego Reynoso. Contreras uses his seat wisely. And Escoto on support wins the ball back for the Sockers. 4:20 left, running clock, first quarter. This is Childs trying to settle the ball. Childs off the wall, over Bond's head. Torres could not get it out of there. Bond trying for some footwork. Cañez bumps Escoto, and the whistle must sound when Escoto lost his balance.
Hard play there from Cañez, right in front of the Monterrey bench. Talk about voices of displeasure there.
Under 4 in the quarter. The Thunder sticks are being used. Will AC/DC prompt. Monterrey with the ball on their toe. Marco Antonio Tovar. And now to Edgar Gonzalez. Calm possession by the Flash. Childs trying to break that up with some pressure. Long ball, Cañez going to skip over the low wall and out of bounds. Monterrey is committing themselves defensively to generally get 5 behind the ball, it looks like. Not to a Baltimore level, but pretty serious defending going on tonight. Here's Pollo. Pollo through 2. Pollo stepping through. Couldn't get the touch to Childs. Just out of the reach of his toe poke. Landon turns and shoots, deflected. Big leg swing there by Landon.
Get the feeling there's going to be a strong connection one of these times for Landon.
Here's Chapa.
This hasn't come off yet.
Chapa looking back post, always shooting. Ooh, deflected out of bounds.
That was a weird one. Felt like that could have gone anywhere. Boris Pardo was flat-footed, had it been on goal, but thankfully up into the netting.
So an interesting dynamic to watch, and we'll wait for the free kick here, Nate. It's Chapa. Pichardo steps in. Sliding block, Childs. The Sockers, now it can be said, did a lot of training ground preparation on double teaming Frank Tayu. Come Friday morning's practice, Guerrero Pino spoke up and said, I'd feel more comfortable taking him man-on-man. So far, Tayu 1, Pino nothing in that battle. Although Pino's had some strong defense already. But the one goal has come for Tayu on a 1v1 situation. And we'll see how it continues to play. And if there are any adjustments as the game goes on. This is a double on the wall. Landon came over on support. Looking to support again, but Pichardo has it back for Monterrey. The deep end swinging their scarves and getting the fans riled up. The fans know a goal will be the thing that gets them lit up the most. Rosas back after taking that elbow early, inadvertent. And hops over the fence. Seems like he's okay. Reynoso possesses. Possession has favored Monterrey for the second half of this first quarter. Tayu wanted the ball, and the Flash are busy working it out of the back. Now seeking the king. Tayu 1v1 on Pino. Just like any great center who's used to being double teamed in basketball, when Tayu sees the single team, he's going to be calling for the ball. Good ball by Reynoso. Escoto trying to harass. Aguilar shoots and scores! And Reynoso gets the assist as it's 2-0 Monterrey.
That is a grown man's goal. That is a grown man's goal from Brian Aguilar. The perfectly weighted ball through off the foot of the goalkeeper, Reynoso. Just threads the needle, perfectly weighted. And look at this, that's a foul on Escoto right there. That is absolutely a foul on Escoto. And Aguilar, rather than going down, stays on his feet and finishes far post. Cheers to number 77. That was a thing. The Sockers are down 2-0 with just over a minute left in the first quarter.
A very interesting turn, and I can again, sharing some training ground thoughts. The Sockers believed they would be playing with the lead in this match. And now it's time to change plans.
Completely.
Leo scores! That's a change right there! De Oliveira has them out of their seats at Pechanga Arena, and he pulls one back.
Just what the doctor ordered. The remedy from Brazil with 57 on the clock here in this first quarter. Ball worked up the pitch with one long ball off glass. Leo brings this down, calms things down, gets on that right foot, picks the far corner, makes no mistake about it. Talked all about forcing Reynoso to dive in this game. He's a goalkeeper who likes to play with his feet, make those kick saves. Shots low and hard, 2 corners. Reynoso's worst nightmare. Brilliant placement there from Leo. 2-1.
I believe that assist should go to Pee Wee, not Escoto, but we will double check that. They're currently listing to Escoto. Meanwhile, we've got Escoto down and a blue card out on Monterrey. This was completely off the ball, half the field away, and in front of the party on the pitch section, and it's got Pee Wee hot. Pee Wee needs to be held back. And guess who? Chili Farias. The 42-year-old ultra veteran. Escoto checking his chiclets. Sockers are going to have a power play coming up. First card of the night.
The folks down at the party on the pitch had a much better view than we did. It was way, way off the ball. Escoto went to the floor. Escoto took that, I don't know if it was an elbow, a wayward swing, but Escoto's back up on his feet and actually sharing a couple of conversations in Espanol with his Monterrey counterparts, and Escoto seems to have made peace with most of the Monterrey team. It was just a couple of individuals that Pee Wee, Escoto, and a few other Sockers players were having it out with.
It will be Marco Antonio Tovar in the box.
Yeah, so Tovar guilty of whatever it was. So tough to see down there, but can't wait to hear the stories from our friends from the Soccer Social Summit down to the party on the pitch. What a vantage point for all that. And now what's this?
Yeah, well, hang on.
What's this?
4v4 they're saying. And they're going to put Escoto in the box as well.
Escoto exchanging a couple of high fives with Monterrey players saying, okay. I don't know if he's fully admitting guilt, but Escoto not with all too much of a protest of this blue card and this subsequent 4v4 situation. Will it be? Let's get to the bottom of this before we...
Well, it's going to be 4v4.
It will indeed.
We saw the official holding up 4 fingers. Let's hear the calls.
Penalties to Monterrey player number 25, Marco Antonio Tovar, 2 minutes for contact above the waist. And to the Sockers number 19, Brandon Escoto, 2 minutes for kicking. Time of both penalties.
That is a great shot right there. That is a phenomenal shot from our TVX crew right there. The 2 players in their respective sin bins. Now a 4v4 chance. Sockers, great opportunity to climb back into the game with a lot of open space out on the greens of Ron Newman Field right now.
Well, this is where, against pressure, the passes must be precise. The space on the field, acres. Eddie Velez, the hero of the division final, along with Escoto.
Oh, just a little help from Escoto.
It was a Tijuana attack that night.
Contreras, and Tayu is going to pressure him all night. Velez brings his ball down. As the horn sounds, that's a call. That's going to be a foul against Monterrey.
I think there's a second, maybe even a second and a half, and it's going to take a little while to figure out exactly how much time there was. I'm thinking 1.2, 1.3 maybe, when that foul's actually committed, which means that
they're going to give 1 second. That's the call out of the field.
Okay, I'll take one.
And Cerda was like, really?
Or they're putting a half second. They're putting 0.5, so that's not going to be enough. That's not enough to get a shot on goal. I mean, you'd have to have a rocket, true rocket of a foot to get one in that time. I really think that foul was committed with a little bit more time on the clock.
Craig Giles, who came on the field to argue the point, gets off the field to avoid a penalty.
This might be a situation where Cerda says, oh, half a second? No, just enough time to blast one into this two-man wall.
Tayu and Escalante have the unfortunate task to face this. And Cerda does exactly that. And the horn sounds.
There you go.
1 quarter complete. Monterrey comes out strong. Frank Tayu and Brian Aguilar, answered by Leonardo de Oliveira. We head to the second quarter. 2-1. Monterrey leading San Diego. This is the Ron Newman Cup Western Conference Final on 11 Sports USA. Second quarter, Soccer Social Summit going crazy, and 2-1 Monterrey. Nate, we talk about 3 keys to victory tonight for San Diego.
Yeah, mistake-free soccer, the power play, for and against, and pressure and possession. I'm going to focus on that last one. In that first quarter, I think the Sockers did a pretty good job applying the high press to Monterrey and making sure that they had everything sound when Monterrey came with the press at the other end. But keep an eye out for that as the night progresses. Reynoso's a goalie that if you can put pressure on him, he might make a mistake.
Pino outside, top of the arc. Good jump up steal there by Monterrey. This is going to force Cesar Cerda into a hard run, and he gets there a step ahead of Carlos Pichardo.
Oh, good turn, good
now,
turn.
With this turn, here comes Poyo with room to run. Poyo gets brought down from behind cleanly by Brian Aguilar.
Great tackle by the scorer of the goal. That's currently the difference in this game right now. Aguilar, who made the score 2-0 in favor of the visitors.
Good turn this time. Damian on Poyo. Garcia, however, into an empty corner.
I just want to finish up on that point regarding Diego Reynoso and the goalkeeper. Any goalkeeper, you put pressure on him, it's a good recipe for success.
Shouldering in, it's Bonanno, man out! And a critical challenge for Monterrey. It is Vallejo denying a Bonanno goal. Christian Segura was there. 10 seconds on the 4v4. Cerda well weighted. Pino blasts it high. Got under that ball.
Finishing up specifically in regards to Diego Reynoso, he's a goalkeeper who loves to play with his feet. He looks at himself as a very versatile former outfield player who can play with his feet. And sometimes that can get him into a little bit of trouble. So you find that perfect balance of high pressure when it's needed. You can maybe sucker a guy like Reynoso into a little bit too much confidence in certain situations.
Both Escoto and Tovar are out of the box, and we're back to 5v5. Eddie Velez left one in front of his bench for Luis Pee Wee Ortega. Now Escoto, well rested. Escoto shouldered down by Vaca.
Oh, Vaca caught him right in the chin with the shoulder there. And over on the far side of the pitch, though, I saw Pee Wee Ortega doing essentially jumping jacks, screaming for Brandon Escoto's attention. And Escoto needed to play that ball. The switch was on, the space was there. Hopefully Escoto can maybe pick up the head just a bit as this game carries on.
Contreras will cut it across. This one chipped off the side of the foot from Segura. Tayu sending his man in, Vaca. Miguel Vaca in the right corner. Segura and Pee Wee come over, and look at Luis Ortega. Boy, he's been playing dynamite so far tonight. That ball too up far out in front of him. Headed by Tayu, trying to re-trigger Vaca into the play. Vaca turns and pokes it out. Open space for the rundown by Escalante. Escoto cheats on a steal. Escalante shoots. Sliding block, Eddie Velez. Well done. Escoto heads it back. Velez through traffic gets it back. Segura was coming off. Bond has to come to the other door and rescue the ball. Taylor Bond, collision, foul. This one goes against Monterrey.
Okay.
Could have gone either way on that ball. Both guys had hands extended outward. But it goes against Cañez. A little bit of a hold, and I think maybe it was the right call. Escoto working in on the right foot this time. Bumped by Cañez. Cuts it in the middle! Childs shot it high.
Craig claiming he was getting pulled from behind a little bit there by Tayu, but in this situation, it's not a call he's likely to get.
There's an important announcement from our PA announcer, Tony Lovett. 3 fouls on Cañez. 12 and a half to go. A 4th personal on Cañez will be a power play for San Diego. Pardo sends it high in the air. Challenge in the air by Tovar. Kire brings it down. Sent in long, looking for Tayu. 1 touch and just wide. Went on it first time. This is given away. It's Damian. Long shots wide to the right. Contreras can settle the ball. 3rd minute off the 2nd quarter clock. 2-1 Flash with the lead. That was our first quarter score. Tovar called for a foul. So the question for Luis Jaime Borrego, Nate, is do you restrict Cañez on the floor for the second half here with 3 personals, or do you just let him take his turn?
That's a tough one, and this early in the game, I think you just let him take his turn. Really do.
Giles heads it on, but Diego Reynoso right there.
The right decision will surely be made by Borrego, such an experienced coach in this league, and that's why he's down there and I'm up here.
Had a little confrontation. He's back up. Gire 1-time try. Frank Tayu blocked off Pino's foot. Ball stays to the Flash. Damian, his shot blocked by Childs. Got the boot out. Gutierrez, however, right back to Garcia. Ian Pollo fight for the ball. Pollo takes it away, trying to send in his man Childs. Pichardo instead. Back for the Flash. Leonardo de Oliveira has the goal for San Diego. Tayu and Aguilar for Monterrey. Turning, stepping. Tayu leaving it. Nope, turning on Pino, shooting. High, wide right. Jumping in is Kire. And Kire called for the foul.
That was a late call there. Referee Craig Childs, I think, making a hefty percentage of that call there. Soccer's captain knowing how to force the issue there.
Gutierrez, here's Childs, he scores! Que golazo! Craig Childs, aerial assist, Gutierrez, and Childs with the gentlest of nudges puts in his first of the playoffs. We're level at 2.
How's that for forcing the issue? From 2-0 down, the Sockers are back on even terms. Reynoso can't believe it. The deftest of flicks off the head of Craig Childs. Lovely ball clipped in by Gutierrez, and just enough to put it away from Reynoso. And that punch of the red post from the Monterrey goalkeeper tells you all you need to know. That was a beautiful, beautiful goal for the Sockers. But Reynoso feels real hard done. But credit's got to go where credit's due. Craig Childs makes it 2-2.
Goal! Scored by the captain, number 37, Craig Childs. With the assist to number 4, Christian Gutierrez.
Here's Pee Wee. Stepping through the reach out by Escalante. Pee Wee battling in the corner. Brought to his knees. Fight for the ball continues. Ortega and the Sockers have 2 in a row. And we're back to 2-2. Escoto pressured, pushed, play on. Escoto dancing on Aguilar. Got Aguilar to spin and lose a shoe.
Fans loving it. Fans absolutely loving it.
Little ankle break in action. Leo. Here's another guy who can do it. To Farber. Back to Contreras. Sockers showing possession now. Under 10 to go in the half. Waiting for that ball was Farber, and reading it better was Eric Rosas.
Just a poor pass there from Raimundo Contreras.
Now Farber forced a turn on the wrong angle there, and it's Chile chipping. Putting it into the corner. Aguilar. Back to Vallejo. And now it's Escalante in the back for the Flash. Both teams good at possession. Both teams clever keepers. As even as you'd want. 2-2 so far. Vallejo saw that come over the wrong shoulder. Farber just chips it forward. Escoto sends it wide. Pee Wee sends it into the crowd. Again, we congratulate the Milwaukee Wave. And we recognize that they are all sudden Monterrey bandwagon fans. If Monterrey wins tonight, the final will be held in Milwaukee. If San Diego wins, the final will be held in San Diego. So for the first time in 4 seasons, the MASL Championship will not be decided with a match south of the border. That we know.
There's a certain great irony in the deep end singing, we love you, and where you play, we follow. Earlier in this game, they won't need to follow anywhere if the Sockers make it to the final. It'll be right here in SD.
Arias. Aguilar. And Damian. 8-18. And with Leo running. OB on the 808 drums. Deflected off of Pino. Chile begging for top of the arc.
Everybody in a white shirt begging for top of the arc there.
Vaca as well. And I think they've been talked into it.
Well, I joked about referee Craig Childs influencing a call a few moments ago. It seems like the lawyers at work from Nuevo Leon have pitched their case well enough. Or maybe not.
Huge.
Let's see here.
Chile's still hot, but it appears that they've gotten their wish, as it's going to be the first top of the arc for either side tonight.
Wow.
And here comes the king to the left. Chile to the right, a left footer. And Kire, Eric Flores, will stand over the kick.
Powers of persuasion.
This has been a weakness for San Diego, but not against Monterrey. Let's see how the first free kick of the night goes. It's Damian, right into the wall.
Well done.
And this ball squirting through is Farber. Got the ball north. Here comes Leo. Leonardo de Oliveira off the wall looking for Farber. Wide. Leo settles again. Finds Pollo, who shoots wide left. Now at second bite. Pollo dropped. Foul. Top of the arc.
Big call. Big call right here. I'm comfortable with this not being a yellow against the Monterrey defender. It was the demon, Damian Garcia. I think just common foul there. And what a spot to get it in. I mean, the foul right at top of the arc. So here you go, right down to the other end.
Do the Sockers want to call a timeout to get Childs and friends on the floor? No, it'll be Leo. It'll be a cut left. Serta shoots, blocked. Gets it back.
Worked a pretty good opportunity there. Oh, no.
Tayu reading the play, stealing the ball. Pino pokes it away. And then as Leo is tossed to the carpet, 2v1 develops. It's Serta. Cutting behind Farber, who's just been one step off the spot to score a goal this quarter. Damian to Tayu off the wall. Double team takes the ball away.
That Childs and Tayu getting up and patting each other on the back.
This one, sending in Donovan, looking for partners. That's Escoto just wide. Donovan's shot blocked.
Oh, well inlanded.
Childs.
Good job winning that back by Donovan, getting it to Childs, keeping possession for SD.
Under 7 to go in a very entertaining first half. 2-2 our score.
This quarter needs a deep breath right now. Inhale, exhale.
Childs.
Back at it.
Trying to turn. Shouldered off by Chapa.
Oh.
Continue. Childs went down but did not get a call. Pino bowls a man.
That was late. That was late from Gary. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Edgar Gonzalez, the man on the floor. Don't forget to subscribe to Sockers Overtime, the San Diego Sockers weekly podcast with Nate and myself, generally recording on Mondays. Available on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Sockers Overtime. Reynoso will send it to the top of the arc. Chested down and sent across Aguilar and Gonzalez. Here's Chapa. Chapa give and go. Chapa sent in. Clean. What a save, but the rebound. No! It's Escoto on the floor, denying the go-ahead goal and then getting called for a foul.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Soccer's oh so fortunate to not be down 3-2. Beautiful possession on display from Monterrey on the give and go. A great save from Pardo, and then Escoto, of all people, off the line with the clearance. That's as good as a goal from Brandon Escoto. Talk about MVP.
100% right.
And a real quick, see the spot there from Escoto.
Might have been Donovan. Actually, might have been Donovan. Timeout. Can we see that replay one more time, boys? Because as we head to a timeout, let's watch it one more time going into break. The great save, Pardo. It's Donovan.
It is indeed. I think Escoto might have gotten a touch. They both might have gotten a touch there. It was Brandon and Landon keeping it at 2-2.
Timeout. We'll be back. 2-2 tie in the Western Conference Final. Corner kick for the Monterrey Flash in the attacking zone. 2-2 tie. 6:15 to play, second quarter. This is the Ron Newman Cup Western Conference Final. A one-game winner take all. It was Chile into the box and just eluding the touch in traffic of Chapa. How about this one? High into the rafters and somehow never touching anything? Can't believe that. Nope, we're going to get a red line forward free kick for San Diego. It must have touched one of the catwalks.
That was incredible.
I've never seen a ball go that high without immediately hitting something and coming back down.
They're getting caught up there even. There's
no kidding.
Those different catwalks, there's flags up there, championship banners, not to mention a ginormous Jumbotron hanging right in the middle of it all. I mean, if Reynoso does that 5 more times, I don't think he can do it again.
Here's a not perfect set piece, but a straightaway one from the red line for San Diego. Two-man wall. Albert Child's approach. He fakes, he'll cut, it's Leo. One touch, the shot, blocked by Garcia.
Damian. Ferocious.
I've had a running discussion with head coach Phil Salvaggio about that exact free kick. Look out, Cerda. Well done to avoid a 2v1 the other way. It's the little things that count. Contreras, Landon cutting it back, bending a ball back to Childs at midfield.
The little things that count, like Bobby Cressy coming with the Wu-Tang Clan in the Western Conference Final.
Pee-wee.
Cream, baby. Bobby
More
Cressy.
space than expected. Pee-wee racing in, shooting the kick save. Reynoso. Counterattack opportunity. It's Aguilar. Aguilar has men in front of him, stepping on Contreras, stopping the ball, and Pee-wee comes in with a drag. Now over the top, Contreras heads it down. Childs to Escoto. San Diego regains possession. Oh, the Flash turned the wrong shoulder on Pee-wee and gave him a run in on left wing. Contreras. As Donovan heads to the middle, Pee-wee tried to send it to him. Garcia read the play. To Frank Taillou. Under 5 to go, second quarter. This ball deflected by Bond through the middle. 2v1 opportunity, now 2v2. Bond now 3v2. The man coming in, but the ball not weighted to get Cerda the ball. That pass was left wanting. It's a lot easier up here, though, to describe the action. Time for the Viking clap. Leo through 2, stepped on the ball. A rare moment. The Brazilian Bull gets it back because he's that kind of guy. Bond shooting on his knees. Reynoso punches it out.
My goodness, Taylor Bond. Corner, and that's it. Fortunately, right down the throat of the goalkeeper. That had some venomous pace on it.
Escoto pressuring up high. That was a mistake by Monterrey. They just got away with it. You saw all 3 men in back immediately pointing and yelling. Pino. Velez cuts it, but well read. Rosas. And Chile plays it back. 3:45 to go, second quarter. The first 2 to the Flash, the second 2 to San Diego. Escalante. Pressured by Velez. It's back to Reynoso. Velez saw that ball hanging up in the carpet and said, if only I could step and find that bad boy. Bond off for Farber. This ball poorly struck. Going to spin to the middle, and now it's going to come down to Farias, but Pino there to take it away. Farias pressuring, and Cerda plays it to Pardo's feet. Stops and chips. Farber tracking the ball through the air over his head. Deflected off Pichardo, last touch by Monterrey.
Look at Carlos Pichardo shouting at his teammates saying, "Get back!" Pichardo knew there was a switch coming too off the bench, so he's saying, "Let's get it done. Whatever it is, come on. I'm the only one back here." Now Monterrey very well set up.
Pino sending in Banano. Christian Segura, his nickname Banano. Segura gets it back to Pino. Man in the corner wanted an elbow up high. Pino off the wall, but it took a funny angle on the carom and came right to Reynoso.
Tricky one for Diego there, but a good job pinning it up against the glass. The man from Mexico City. Experienced as any goalkeeper in this league.
Under 2.5 to play in the first half. The long ball forward, it's Edgar Gonzalez. And Pino up to the task. How about Guerrero Pino right there?
Oh, and he almost sent Christian.
Ryan Aguilar got up, got that ball down. Critical. 2:06. Vallejo. Now Pardo reads the play perfectly.
Can't help but think in a game like this that it might come down to who makes the big save. Might come down to Boris versus Diego. We shall see.
Here comes Pollo. Pollo with Landon in the middle. Pollo off Escalante's foot. Stepping in Contreras. Got it back to Leo. Leo. Pollo.
Oh.
Lovely. Brian Aguilar. A dangerous sellout, but he got the touch.
Could have been goal saving. Could have been goal saving from 7-7 there.
90 seconds in the first half. Can San Diego get one late and take a lead into the locker room? They have not led tonight. Leo drew two and passed out. Pollo. Now Contreras. Space to shoot. And that shot goes over everything and out of play.
Gotta keep shots low against Reynoso. I know it's going through traffic. There are a lot of legs in the way, but talked all about Reynoso struggling with those dives.
You're right.
Down to his right and left. Don't need to dive for that one. Just had to watch it go harmlessly over.
But as you watch Diego Reynoso, few goalies play the angles better than Reynoso.
That's the experience we're talking about.
Some pressure for San Diego. Bond was applying it. Minute 29's gone. Minute 30 is here. Last minute of the first half. 2-2 tie. Good pressure by Christian Gutierrez, but then Vaca takes it away. Bond pressuring. Whistle called on Taylor Bond.
Ooh.
I think reasonable. He was kind of reaching around. I think he got the touch with the foot, but I think with the hands he committed the foul.
Bond did a lot right there, but maybe, as you said, just hands in the cookie jar in the end of it.
Kire looking to take this one direct, perhaps. Vaca and Tayu both lurking low. Vaca in the corner. Holding through the overlapping run. Exchanging Kire. Back heeling in for Pardo to grab.
See one last good shift here from the Sockers.
Boyle will turn. Boyle will send in Farber, but too high.
Ay. Sent that one to PB.
Now it's Monterrey's turn with Damian. 30 seconds in the half. Reynoso, after the Farber pressure, comes across the red line. Reynoso seeking to distribute. He's got an assist already. And this one's going to come down to Tayu. Contreras was hoping for a shorter bounce. 12 seconds. Out to Vallejo and back to Damian. 10 seconds. Damian's going to line one up. It's off Farber's head. And it'll come down. Where will they place this one? It's going to go to the corner. .2 seconds left, but here's a free kick for Monterrey. So the last nibble of this half will go to the team from Mexico.
If they get the ball back. There we go.
You know Tayu wants one in the air for him for the back post.
Yeah, watch out for number 15. Right at this back post here.
That shot blocked, but it's coming for Aguilar. Oh, he went through the air and couldn't connect the ball. 1 second. There will not be enough time for this shot. The horn sounds to end the first half of play. And what a half it was. Monterrey scored early. Frank Taillou is first of the playoffs at 9:35. Brian Aguilar on a perfect through ball up the middle by Diego Reynoso. That at 13:32 of the first to make it 2-0. But the Sockers would answer quickly and then answer again. It was Leo before the first quarter had ended, his second of the playoffs from Luis Piwi Ortega. That at 14:03 of the first, 2-1 at the end of one. Our score, only one goal in the second quarter. It came for San Diego. A header goal by Craig Childs. Ball that stayed in the air from deep in defensive midfield till the back of the net. Aerial service by Christian Gutierrez, and Childs got just enough of it with the temple to nudge it back past for his first goal of the playoffs. First half shots, 11-9 in favor of San Diego, which means that they held Monterrey after 10 shots in the first half to just one in the second. And in fact, those numbers just don't add up. So we'll figure that out. And meanwhile, go down on the floor to Melissa May with head coach Phil Salvaggio.
Coach Salvaggio, there's obviously a lot of history between these two teams, dating back all the way to the Western Conference Final last year. What did you focus on most in practice this week to get ready for the game today?
You know, just limiting it at the top of the box is a mistake. So, and we need the ball. We need to keep the ball today.
What was your message to your team coming off a slow start and then getting back and tying it going into the half?
Oh, that was just come. It's momentum. This is indoor. You're going to get goals both ways. So that's going to happen.
Right, Coach, thanks.
Melissa May with head coach Phil Salvaggio. 30 minutes complete, 30 left to play. What's decided? Nothing at all. It's the Western Conference Final for the Ron Newman Cup playoffs of the Major Arena Soccer League. The Pacific champion San Diego Sockers 2, the Southwest champion Monterrey Flash 2. We'll stop down. We'll be back in a few minutes with some halftime highlights and thoughts. Second half coming up after that. You're watching the Ron Newman Cup playoffs on 11 Sports USA.
Corta, ahí está el Rey Taillou, pide, solo Vaca, gol! 15,
the shot, he scores! He scores!
¡Disparó! ¡Gol!
Score! It's Eddie Velez! Soccer's magic, and who does it? El Vaquero! And there's only one thing you can say. The Sockers are awesome! It's halftime at Pechanga Arena, San Diego in the Ron Newman Cup Western Conference Final. 2-2 tie between the Sockers and the Monterrey Flash. Let's show you how we got here with first half highlights. And we begin with the ball on the toe of the Flash, and Damian Garcia sending in Frank Taillou for the turning double mag through the legs of Pardo on short post and into the net for his first goal of the playoffs at 9:35. It was 1-0 Monterrey, and indeed Damian Garcia getting that assist. Here's a lovely assist as Diego Reynoso rolls it right up the middle of the carpet, and with Escoto fouling him, still gets the shot and the goal away. Aguilar with his team leading fourth of the playoffs, and at 13:52 it was 2-0 Monterrey, but the Sockers had a very quick answer. Piwi Ortega finding Leonardo de Oliveira, the double team, just breaks it with ease, draws a third defender and goes low past Reynoso for his second of the playoffs. And it was 2-1 at the end of the first quarter, de Oliveira from Luis Piwi Ortega. Then how about this assist? From just behind center field line, in the air, Gutierrez to Childs, turning header, nestled inside left post for his first point of the playoffs, believe it or not, for Childs. And a 2-2 tie. This was a game filled with excitement. Here was the best save for Pardo and for Landon Donovan. Watch here as he uses the left hip to deny Vallejo a go-ahead goal. And those are your highlights through 30 minutes. The shot count 16-11 in favor of Monterrey. The Sockers credited already with 9 blocked shots in this affair. We come back and we'll hear down on the floor an interview and get ready for third quarter action next. 2-2 Sockers and Flash. It's the Western Conference Final on 11 Sports USA.
Coach, can you talk about the physicality of today's game? It seems to be going back and forth on both ends.
Well, it's a playoff game. You know, it's either you win or go home. So everything's on the line. And we know the players are anxious. They become more aggressive because obviously the 50-50 balls, they want to win it. So we just got to mash out the intensity when it comes physical and be smart. Don't give away, 2 minutes or stupid fouls.
In terms of adjustments, what did you talk to your team about in the locker room?
I think we just need to keep the ball a little bit better, keep playing, and get the rhythm again.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
That's Melissa May with Sockers assistant coach Rene Ortiz, and we welcome you back to Pechanga Arena, San Diego. It is time for the start of the third quarter. The San Diego Sockers, the Monterrey Flash. Monterrey got the game's first 2 goals. San Diego got the next 2 from Leo and Giles. And with 30 minutes left to go in regulation in this contest, these 2 proud teams have no daylight in between them. It's the Sockers and the Flash. It's a 1-game Western Conference Final. The winner will face the Milwaukee Wave in the Ron Newman Cup Championship. The loser's season ends tonight. My name's Craig Elston with our TVX video crew, and now to give you the third quarter play-by-play with 15 fresh on the clock, we turn the mic to Nate Abarea.
Thank you very much, Craig Elston. Good evening to you, Sockers fans, wherever and however you got this thing dialed in tonight on DirecTV with our good friends at 11 Sports USA, channel 623. All the other fantastic ways to watch 11 Sports. You're streaming online via Twitch. Wherever and however you're tuning in tonight, a pleasure to have you with us as the Monterrey Flash charge forward off the restart. As the visitors from beneath the shadows of Cerro de la Silla charge forward from left to right on your screens as Brian Farber counters out for the home side in blue, melting into gold. Monterrey, these brilliant Mexican flag-themed uniforms, majority white, the red shorts, the green and red shoulders, the bandera across the top as Bond puts that one up into the netting. 14-29 on this third quarter clock. Great to have you with us, a great crowd on hand here at Ron Newman Field inside this grand old arena. Y un gran saludo a toda la afición del Flash in Monterrey, Nuevo León. Folks tuning in from south of the border, down in one of the great capitals of Futbol Rapido. Folks tuning in locally here in San Diego, getting done with weekend road trips, weekend activities, and coming back home and tuning in. One heck of a contest. If you're just joining us, hey, you missed a pretty entertaining first half, but tie game with all to play for and a spot in the Ron Newman Cup final at stake as the King Tayu was told to get up.
Well.
But then, from way over there, came a second whistle, or actually a first whistle, and the foul is called. Tayu draws it. It'll be a free kick to Monterrey, Craig.
We've talked to the director of officiating, Ryan Sigich, about this before, and that's the way they coach them. If you have the better vantage point, even if you're not the person closest and you see the foul, you call the foul. But very interesting to have one ref say, get up, and the other say, never mind, stay down.
Tayu scored his first goal of the postseason. Christened the scoreboard tonight. Taylor Bond just has that one slide off the foot.
Bit of an outdoor touch there.
All the way back to Reynoso. Heavy, regardless of the venue. Here's Tayu, the Soccer Loco logo charging forward. Gets by Pino on the right foot.
Face save.
Saved by Boris Pardo as he gets in with the chest and whatever else was needed. Leo knocks it away. Pardo's got to play with the feet now as Tayu barrels in to Guerrero Pino and looks down at Pino and says, I got more of that, don't you worry. And Pino replying with just the same. That has been such a fun matchup to watch tonight. the man-to-man defending, and Tayu and Pino still jawing with each other as the Sockers move the other way. Two of the strongest men in this league, one of the best strikers we've ever seen against a pretty darn good central base defender in Guerrero Pino. Given away, though, at the back. So the Sockers had a chance to clear their lines. Coming up on 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Back at the feet of Flores. Driven low and gracefully picked up by Boris Pardo, who rolls out for Cesar Cerda. And there's a whistle down on the pitch. Craig Childs has his palms up to the rafters.
Frank Tayu went onto the Sockers bench. Not sure what's up with that.
I don't know if that was gamesmanship or a little mind games at work there from Tayu, or if he just lost track of where he was. He absolutely, Craig, just walked into the Sockers bench, and they're saying, what are you doing here?
A foul was called on San Diego on that.
Right where the King had gone into that door and swung open. So an awkward one there as the Demon drives a free kick that's deflected. It's going to come off the boards. And now Tayu tries to pick it up, has it bounce off the shin. Landon Donovan, who was lively in the first quarter, not as much so in the second. See what LD can bring in his biggest game as a Socker. Oh, this one's down for Monterrey. Ooh. Sliced with the left foot by Flores. Japa just couldn't get anything on it. Tayu drawing boos from the Sockers crowd and a roaring ovation as Escolto and Landon managed to pip it back for SD. 2.5 gone here in this third quarter. 2-all your score. A spot in the Gran Final on the line. If Monterrey were to get the oh-so-impressive win here tonight, the final would be hosted in Milwaukee. That one's high off the glass from Tayu. Second chance off the leg of Brian Farber. If the Sockers can take care of business here in this grand old arena on Ron Newman Field, that aforementioned Gran Final would take place right here in America's finest city. Monterrey will be road warriors regardless. Of course, they'll have to make it. Milwaukee, as Craig said, turn it in to big Monterrey fans, inking their spot in the final earlier this weekend as this one's poked away from Farber. A few people thought it was a foul, but the Demon charges forward, slows things down, now pokes ahead. Chance here for Cañez. Cañez slows down, turns, uses the hips well to keep it away from Farber. Chile, Carlos Farias, former Socker from way back when. Talk about experience level. Hard to find a better football rapido IQ than Chile. One slid in and gotten by Raimundo Contreras. Contreras back near the goal mouth now, guarding Chile, who's in spelling Frank Tayu. That lone man up top in this setup for Monterrey. Things are really slowing down. Bit of a nervous energy over the arena right now, but fans anxious for the Sockers to do something and get everybody back and lively and into the game. Monterrey doing a real good job just holding possession right now. Trying to lull a few people to sleep. Sockers got to be fundamentally sound. There's Childs going to the floor. A little flamboyantly there, well away from the ball. Shot driven from distance, wow. Always tailing, and the second chance is going to be hit high up in to the netting. Boris Pardo will have us on the restart with 10:41 on the third quarter clock.
Terrific start to this quarter for the visitors from Monterrey. They have controlled possession. The Sockers have had a hard time getting out of their own zone. Let's see if they can correct that.
It's as much fluidity as we've seen from Monterrey in this game in the opening few minutes of this third period. No goals thus far since the restart. No goals in the second quarter for Monterrey, who jumped out to a 2-0 lead back in the first quarter. Tayu and Brian Aguilar got it to 2-0. Leo got it to 2-1. Here's Leo battling with Reynoso right there. Childs got the goal for 2-2. That came in the second quarter. It was 2-1 Monterrey after 15 minutes. Here come the visitors. Ooh, first time nod across there from Hector Vallejo. And
it had to be a foul call on Torres, tugging on Superman's cape there, pulling on Pardo's jersey.
Pardo saying, hey, let's just play. Torres is being told that he's going to have to bring this thing all the way back. He started the ball in his hands on the throw out and just rolls out. Number 69, the Chicago in, Luis Pee Wee Ortega, who's battled injury through much of this season. So good for the Sockers to have Pee Wee in the fold here in this conference final. A game that the season's been all about. My broadcast colleague has said a potential Grand Finale, a potential Ron Newman Cup final, that's a whole separate beast. It's a whole separate conversation. This is the game that the entire season has been about, making sure that this game was taking place right here in San Diego as opposed to down in Arena Monterrey, where it took place last year when these same two teams matched up in the Western Conference Final, a 6-4 win for the Flash of Monterrey. Turning down in the corner, getting it by Bond. Now this one's driven in, deflected. Aguilar battling. Look out for Gonzalez. Gonzalez back on it. Native of Torreon, drives low with the left foot. Comes back for Brian Aguilar. Can't control it, couldn't get it out from underneath him as it squirted away. Pino knocked to the floor, and they are going to call it indeed. 8:56 on the clock. Stopped here as the Sockers want to get it right back underway. Played forward to Escoto. Escoto at the red line. Leo shoots. Shot blocked. It's going to come down maybe for Landon. He backs out of the challenge, as determined as ever coming through it. Was the aforementioned Torreon native, and look out as Boris Pardo has to come off his line. Tayu drives low, off the boards. Tayu again, save, Pardo, pounce. Pardo, big old kitty cat from Queens, New York. Rolls out for Cerda. Tayu, you gotta love this. You talk about comic book characters, you talk about Shakespearean drama. Tayu pumping up the crowd sarcastically after that double save by Pardo. And I love it. I love being a part of this thing. You gotta love the energy from the King Tayu. The Sockers want to beat the King tonight and take the throne that they feel is theirs. It hasn't been theirs for some time. A major Arena Soccer League championship, one of the few things that has eluded, at least in the category of trophies and team glory, as Childs has taken to the ground here, an MASL championship. Really the only thing missing from the rafters here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. Going back to all those great soccer's teams and the different incarnations of this great brand, going all the way back to 1978. And here in this 40th anniversary campaign, it's time to not only complete the quest for 15, but to bring the MASL crown for the first time to San Diego. Donovan brings it down, Donovan flicks, save, Reynoso. Beautiful save, sprawling out to his right. Donovan couldn't get a lot of mustard on it. Escoto is tugged at by Brian Aguilar. And gonna put this one down. I'm wondering how close we are to a timeout here. Should be coming up maybe at the next stoppage. Coming up on the halfway point of this third quarter. We haven't had any goals. Last goal in this game was Childs for 2-2, and here's Cerda. Cerda landed Donovan off the wall. Donovan oh so close yet again. Contreras drives low, almost comes down for Landon, instead squirms away off the wall.
2v1.
The ball with a mind of its own. Beautiful turn by Aguilar. Aguilar tugged. King Tayu wide. Tayu puts it wide. Tayu again off the bar. Frank Tayu hits wall, hits red, and somehow 2-0 remains your score. Tayu showing the trickery. Tayu drives just wide off the wall. Tayu again, swing and a scuff. Childs with the ball. Sockers anxious to counter the other way as the game inhales, exhales, and continues forth. Childs across the halfway line, still the captain. Cerda with the 2-9 on the back, peels back to the war year. Guerrero Pino. Pino saying everybody, tranquilo, tranquilo, tranquilo. Let's get a switch. Let's get new energy into this thing. A new tune from the organ extraordinaire Bobby Cressy. Sees Pino back on the pitch with the ball, playing a lovely one to Christian Gutierrez. Wasn't handled. See, Gutierrez guilty of the handball there. Crafty effort to kind of just catch that one with the forearms there, with the biceps by Gutierrez, but caught red-handed in the end of it. So we are still awaiting the timeout here in this third quarter. Waiting the mandatory. Could be at the next stoppage. Off of Chile, maybe off the top of that bald head, and just off of Pino as well. Back with Pardo. Up on 6 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Leo flicks forward with the head. Reynoso is going to have to play this one with the left foot. Tries for the catwalk again. After that crazy incident back in the second quarter, saw Reynoso hit one all the way to the ceiling here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. That last one not quite as high up there. Under 6 minutes remaining now. Off the wall. Dangerous one there. Sockers calm at the back, though, as Leo carries forward from right to left.
Leo. Gutierrez.
Eyes him. Finds him. Guti Christian off the wall, down and into the hands of Reynoso. Reynoso is going to roll out, and almost a bad one there as Ruiz was waiting to pounce. Pollo chomping at the bit right there. Pino now comes down with it. Pino charging forward, good burst of speed. Ruiz, Taylor Bond off the wall, down for Leo. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Some tired legs out there, some gassed individuals. We'll see if the Sockers can take advantage. It's gonna be Pollo clipping in for Leo. Leo with Chile on his back. Leo, the little soul roll, still Leo has it taken away. Had Contreras behind him and a couple of players trying to overlap, and now a foul is committed by the Brazilian Bull right in front of the Sockers bench. And with 5:01 remaining here in this third quarter, Phil Salvaggio is having a few words of the opinionated variety. And Monterrey are going to play here, I think. They are indeed. So we played 10 minutes here in this third quarter, no goals, no timeouts, not a whole lot to write home about, to be quite honest. Here in this third quarter, you get that feeling that we could be tied all the way into the final period. Still a little ways to go, and there's a whistle way away from the play.
Getting harassed again, and very upset about what's happening with Edgar Gonzalez.
And a foul
in his crease.
A foul's been whistled, Craig. A foul has been whistled. The ball's been thrown all the way back over from the opposite side of the field, and it's going to be a restart with the throw for Boris Pardo. It is indeed Edgar Gonzalez who's being told to shoot. Get away. Boris Pardo saying,
that is foul 3 on Torres there, number 20.
Get on out of here. Boris says heave ho. Bond backing into it. Eddie Velez, El Vaquero, last week's hero, almost finds Bond on that overhead attempt, trying to just get it into a dangerous area. This third quarter has absolutely zoomed by. 4.5 remaining. It's Gonzalez waiting here on this near side. Instead, it's Flores, Monterrey native. 6 players on this active game day roster for Monterrey who are not natives of the great city of Monterrey. One of those, of course, a man nicknamed Chile. Carlos Farias, the native of the beautiful city of Santiago. Damian Garcia, one of those many Monterrey natives in the center circle right now. On that left foot of his, drives one, knuckling. Second chance, off the bar, otra vez. Third chance, off the post and off the boards. All the way back to the halfway line. Boris Pardo has got to be counting his lucky stars right now. I don't know which gods of the crossbar he prayed to last night, but they may have been the right ones. Pardo has been saved a couple of times in this third quarter by those bright red friends just behind him. 3-3-3, passing on the clock. Under 3.5 remaining.
What a jump in.
Clock winding. Beautiful jump in there from Pee-wee. Chi-Town, blast pass. Soccer's rookie, Ontario native Landon Donovan. You may have heard of him if you're a fan of the U.S. men's national team. If you watched World Cup 2002, 2006, or 2010, here he is fighting San Diego, his adopted home. He's trying to help the Sockers win a championship. Landon Donovan on the pitch right now, but the focus is back into the defensive third. As Guerrero Pino's almost sliced and diced by Aguilar, but Aguilar peels back. Here is Landon, battling for it. Landon called for the foul. 2:53 on the clock. Baca plays quick. Low drive, blocked by Escoto. All the way back to Reynoso. Monterrey, though they haven't scored a goal, this is as good as they've looked in this game.
Yes.
They've looked solid, they've looked professional, they've looked fluid in all aspects of the game.
Look out.
Here's the King Tayu. You know he wants to turn and shoot. He does so. Oh, that went off the hand of Guerrero Pino. It may have been inadvertent, but that definitely went off the arm of Guerre. It's all the way back to Reynoso now. Escoto charges. The press dealt with by Reynoso. Pino,
nice
lovely
spin.
turn out of the challenge from Tayu. Here comes Guerre. Here comes Guerre. Forward to Escoto! From point blank range, he put it right at Diego Reynoso. And the Mexico City native pops it over the top, and we're going to head to break here on 11 Sports USA. 2:08 left in the third quarter. 2-all San Diego and Monterrey in this Western Conference semifinal. Stay tuned. As the fans inside this grand old arena wave the lights, the thunder sticks, and sing some pretty songs in that timeout, this place snaps right back in to business mode. Ron Newman Field sees Childs in the corner with Leo nearby. The Sockers from the set piece trying to take a 3-2 lead. Back to Escoto. Leo with space shot blocked. That was heading for the far post.
Yes,
we have a great angle from up here at the commentary gantry. Yours truly, Nate Abarea and Craig Elston, as the Demon charges forward. Garcia knocked on his keister by Cesar Cerda. And that's going to be a free kick to Monterrey. Cerda with some, I think, playoff leniency in terms of that not being a blue card.
Yeah, could have been a blue. Could have absolutely been a blue. It was kind of shoulder to shoulder, and that's how he got away with it.
It's how he got away with it, and if the Sockers can defend this free kick, not by any means anything that should be assumed, something that the Sockers have struggled mightily with this season, but if they can, then suddenly that's a great foul by Cerda, because maybe Garcia puts that on goal with that left foot of his in open play. We shall see here. The drive is off the wall. Good foul indeed by Cesar Cerda. Got his money's worth, my goodness. Knocked Garcia to the floor. Monterrey have the ball all the way back with Reynoso as Escoto pressures. And this one could be, will it be? No.
Gonna leave it here.
Maybe. Sockers will get a set piece opportunity. Delay game cries from a few of the fans as Pardo works his way forward. Boris knocks it to the corner, trying to find Leo. Leo gets up off his shoulder. The Brazilian bull tucked in the corner. Leo double teamed. Leo find an open man. Find Cerda. Cerda onto the right foot. Can't find the shooting angle. Couple of step overs onto the left. Poked away. King Tayu. Frank Tayu. Here comes Tayu. Plays it forward for Escalante. Escalante tucked away now as Escoto knocks into him. No call. Physical stuff from Brandon Escoto. Contreras, he's got runners. Raimundo just can't see him. And now here's Escoto trying to get there before Reynoso.
Could be two. Could be two.
Gotta be a foul against the Monterrey goalkeeper. They say play on as Escoto now pokes forward to Bond. Soccer still charging forward. Leo's on the ground. And play is going to be stopped. The clock still hasn't been stopped. They're going to have to put some time back on. The clock just continuing to run there. Might just be lost time.
I can't believe that wasn't a blue card. I'm sorry, and I appreciate playoff leniency. That was a flat-out missed call. That was a challenge with the feet outside the zone. It could have been a shootout against the Flash, if not a blue card.
Having at it. Let's get another look at it here, guys. Here it is. Escoto gets there first, and that's late contact from Diego Reynoso. I'm with you, Craig. I think that's got to be a blue card, potentially a penalty shot situation, but at the very least, a 2-minute penalty and a man advantage for San Diego. Leo is back to his feet.
They didn't even call a foul.
No foul, no whistle on that. But the Sockers still have a little bit of momentum as far as really deep in the immediacy of this thing. They have the ball in the Monterrey third. And they'll be taking it from the corner. Childs is standing over it right now. 54 seconds left. And we get a chance to see that shot that Leo took.
Kanye's got him on the knee.
Leo thankfully okay. Savage taking care of him on the Sockers bench. Leo should be back. Here's Landon Donovan! Oh! Shot blocked. Cries of a handball. He did think it was a handball. And Contreras is going to get all the way back and calmly plays back to Pardo, who's got to be sound here. Landon tries to flick on for Childs, off the mark. Damian Garcia, Monterrey from left to right on your screens to close out this third period. Pieces picked up by Iram Pollo Ruiz. Landon Donovan back to Boris Pardo, through a couple of flash players. Now Donovan with the wall pass to Cerda, who calmly jukes by the on-rushing Rosas, and Cerda back to Landon. Landon cross field for Pollo. 15 seconds. Pollo knocked to the turf. No whistle. Tayu the other way. Contreras blanketed by Tayu. Call's got to come eventually. It does. 7.5 remaining. Soccer's got to charge quick, or are they just going to see this thing out? They got to take it now. Cerda sends it in, and That's not actually going to see out the quarter. Instead, it'll have to be done by Diego Reynoso. Well, good friend Bobby Cressy, the stadium organist here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. He did come with a fantastic Wu-Tang Clan homage earlier this evening, and both sides doing a pretty darn good job at protecting their respective necks in that third quarter. 45 minutes in the books. Some boos, some voices of dissatisfaction raining down from the fans here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The positive vibes have got to come from these fans. The Sockers need them. It's 2-2 with 15 minutes remaining. A spot in the Grand Finale, the Ron Newman Cup final at stake. 15 minutes to decide it on the other side of this break, right here on 11 Sports USA and streaming around the world on Twitch. Well, whether you went with yoga, breathing exercises, or a beverage of some sort, whatever your calming mechanism is, I hope you got it taken care of there between quarters 3 and this upcoming fourth quarter, because we got a tie game. 2 goals apiece between the San Diego Sockers and the Monterrey Flash. A spot in the Ron Newman Cup final at stake. For all intents and purposes, we'll refresh you on how we've gotten here just in a moment, but for all intents and purposes, we have a 15-minute game to decide the Western Conference. Monterrey took a 2-0 lead tonight with goals in the first quarter from the King, Frank Tayu, and Brian Aguilar. Leonardo de Oliveira got it back to 2-1. Craig Childs in the second quarter got it to 2-2. No goals for either side in the third period, which sets up a fourth quarter for all the marbles. Nate Abarea here with you on 11 Sports USA and streaming all over the world on Twitch. A pleasure and a privilege to be with you wherever and however you're watching, and to take you the rest of the way with the play-by-play I give you with great pleasure, Mr. Craig Elston.
The Eastern Conference Final was tied 1-1 after 3 quarters. Ian Bennett scored the game-winning goal. This Western Conference Final tied 2-2 after 3 quarters. Who has hero in their boots tonight? The Flash, who thought they had just stolen Child's cheeky forward pass to Brian Farber, have been denied.
Somebody dropping their sign over the boards onto the pitch there.
Monterrey can't be happy about that.
It was actually Diego Reynoso who was the one calling over to the officials. So credit to the Mexico City native.
And now, Childs will try another tack, and we are underway.
And away we go.
Farber back heels past his road roommate. Escalante sending Farias in. He shoots wide. And that tickled the top netting as Guerrero Pino got played to the wrong shoulder there momentarily by the left footer Farias.
Yeah, that fell rather kindly there. That was a real chance on the volley there for Chile.
Pardo hucking it. Farber found the touch, but Cañez bursts past Childs to possess in his own corner. Poyo looking for a steal. Pee-wee got a touch, but not enough.
Really calmly done.
This is Vaca. Vaca dancing into his right foot. Stops, gets Farber moving. Farber not moved enough. Blocks it with the right foot. Childs. Vaca just drags his leg across the back of Childs' calf, and we play forward. Pino, Pee-wee in the corner. Minute 46.
Smallest of margins, Craig. Be the difference. Going home, playing for the championship. Get that feeling the way tonight's gone.
We have not seen Edgar Torres Gonzalez since he was whistled for his third foul with 20 minutes left in the half. We'll see if he draws a shift here in the fourth quarter, and if so, if the Sockers can get something off him. Cerda tried to leave it for Escoto and it was healed away by Chapa. Now it's Tayu. Here comes the King. Frank Tayu, so dangerous third quarter. And so unlucky not to score. Across to Kire. In the corner, the overlapping run. Bumping is Cerda. Capturing Escoto. Brendan Escoto yet to speak in tonight's match. Unlikely to continue that way. Gutierrez behind Cerda. Escoto says, I'm open. Cerda says, I'll shoot. That
yikes.
One got a big piece of Kire, who is down hard.
Oh, my goodness. Hope the player's all right here. Flores went down in a heap there. He might have taken that one right to the face. And I see here again, it's exactly what happened. Side of the head. Side of the head there. That is a tough one. And hopefully, talk about concussion protocol. There's no laughing matter for Flores. He's going to be treated. And I think, I mean, judging by what I saw right there, it's going to be hard for Flores to continue in this game. And I'm just speaking in terms of medical precaution.
That was a blast to the temple.
Oh, man, oh, man. And hopefully, Monterrey player is okay. An ugly sight right now. Derek Flores down and hurt. And this game's going to be stopped for a good little while here. All the necessary tests are being done. 13-17 left in the fourth quarter. As if this night needed more drama.
Tell you what, Nate, you think just tactically as we hope for Kire to do well and he's getting a quick drink. The Sockers, we continue to share sort of some of the things we heard through training over the course of the week. They knew that Monterrey was a third quarter team, that Monterrey's controlled the third quarters of each of the previous two matches to some extent. It was 1-1 on April 13th. And as we spoke about to our Sockers Social Summit group down in the Stella Lounge earlier today, much of what the Sockers are planning to do is for this fourth quarter. This is where the Sockers feel they have the younger legs, the greater depth, more players running in threes instead of twos, the opportunity to tire out a club, wear them down, and the Sockers have been one of the best fourth quarter teams in the league, particularly in situations like this. Now, sometimes they've treated fourth quarter leads carelessly, but when it's come to these nip and tuck matches, this is where San Diego has shined. Happy to see Kire Flores get off the floor under his own power and head back to the bench, and we'll see if he takes his next shift. But that was legitimately a rough one. And the Sockers do the gentlemanly thing off that and concede the possession back, and now get it back themselves. Both sides doing it. This is a good step-in steal by Damian Garcia. And then he stops the ball away from Leo.
He's been class tonight. Damian Garcia has been everything as advertised.
Working on the far wall. Brian Aguilar. Cerda in there in a close quarters battle, and the foul called on Aguilar.
And I don't want to speak too soon regarding Damian Garcia, but a lot of the extracurricular stuff that we've talked about, not a lot of that tonight for Damian Garcia.
Yep. Could be, could have been two on Brian there. Two fouls. Comme ci, comme ça.
The right call there.
Yeah, I agree.
The common foul, but Cerda's talking about four. No, blue comes out. Fourth foul.
I don't know about that. I thought that Aguilar had three in the first half, but
it was Cerda turning back to the officials holding up the four, and then the blue came out. So again,
and it's not. Yep, this is the fourth foul of the half on Brian Aguilar.
Wow.
That's definitely a foul.
It's definitely a foul. We wondered if the blue would have come out there just for the foul itself, but foul accumulation sees 2 minutes with a man advantage go to the men in blue and gold from San Diego, California. What a chance for the Sockers to take their first lead of the night, as this place is getting loud.
First power play for either team comes with 12:43 to play in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
You can see the game clock. We'll count the power play clock down for you. 7 power plays for San Diego against Monterrey this year. They have 2 goals. Escoto back to Childs.
Biggest penalty kill of the year.
It's Donovan. It's Segura. Childs. Across to Landon. Donovan. Left-footed bouncer. Escoto. Crosses. Segura. Second touch. Childs. Minute 30 on the power play clock. 2-2 tie. Segura. At the top. Donovan. Escoto. In the middle. Leo. Childs shoots. Rebound. Kicked off the line. Headed away by Monterrey. By Pichardo. Denies a go-ahead. Minute 10 on the power play clock. Donovan working the right side. Half wall Escoto. No goals, no assists tonight. Escoto. Now across. Headed. Down the shot. Just off. Frame high. And Donovan tries to keep it in with the head. And instead nestles the forehead of Chuck Lively, Soccer superfan, in the front row. 56 seconds on the power play for San Diego. And Monterrey gets the chance to kick it deep.
A pat to the side of the face from arguably the greatest player in American soccer history. That's got to be worth the price of admission.
Pardo to Segura. Here we go. 45 seconds left in the man advantage right now. Aguilar for foul accumulation. Remember, Torres is sitting on 3 fouls as well. Leo, trouble. Leo gets out of the trouble. Leo finds Landon.
No look.
Crosses. Childs. Wide open Escoto. That shot blocked by Vallejo. Childs couldn't spot Escoto or get him the ball on the back post.
Last chance. Watch Landon at the top.
21 seconds now, 20 in the power play.
Here he is.
Donovan to Segura to Childs. And off the head of Pichardo. Corner kick coming.
Pichardo, my goodness. That could have gone in his own net so easily.
Childs. Donovan's shot blocked.
I was heading in far post again.
Segura. Leo. 8 seconds in the power play. Leo into the box. Headed away. 4 seconds.
One more chance.
Segura will cut it. Escoto's calling for the ball. Power play's over. Even strength now. Aguilar out of the box. Escoto rolls one wide. Childs knocks it down. Chipped into the corner by Monterrey. Pichardo trying to get it out. Segura still there, still controlling. Power play men still on the floor. Escoto, tight angle. Escoto off the wall. Oh, and point blank, Reynoso denies Leo.
Oh man. Both Sockers players could have scored.
Here's Aguilar. Through Pino, stepping again. Aguilar! Off the line! Off the bar!
Unreal.
Segura denied the go-ahead goal. A critical field player save.
Oh, Boris Pardo.
Whoa, kept the ball inside the penalty area, but the foot danced out.
Did he?
Well, that's what they said, so it's true. 9:38. Here's the turn. Here's Velez. Just pushed off. The foul's called. Damian don't like the call. And it'll be a top free kick here, close to a top of the arc. It'll be a straightaway restart for San Diego.
This is a great spot. I like this spot. Are they putting it back on the red line? I thought the foul was a little bit further forward.
I did too.
Yeah. This isn't as good, but still something that can easily be worked from this.
I think it's the right call, right where it is. Watching the replay on the big screen. Now we've got Brian Aguilar showing cramps. Let's take a look at Aguilar somehow not scoring. I thought this was going to be the simplest finish for Escalante.
And then that just over the bar. And Tayu, the expression from Frank Tayu says it all tonight. He didn't score the opening goal of this game, but he's hit the post, crossbar, or areas right above the crossbar.
Looks like the teams are going to take a timeout here, Nate, so we'll take it too. 9:37 to play, 2-2 tie on 11 Sports USA. Action as the free kick went wanting, and Tayu's shot is blocked by Cesar Cerda. There's 9:22 to play in a tied Western Conference final at 2. The steal. Damian Garcia is coming in. 1v3, he shoots the save. Pardo left the rebound loose. And this game seemed to stop for a moment at an odd time. That ball took a funny hop into the San Diego bench. 9:08 to go. And the tension continuing to ratchet up. There's no question as things continue, the pressure is more on the home team. However, the crowd is on the home team side as well. San Diego, I don't even know if it's been mentioned on the broadcast, has won 23 straight matches, going back to December 22nd, 2018. Here's Gutierrez stepping up on the steal. Childs turning on the ball. Childs. The double team came back and took it away. That was a little bit too slow developing. And Tayu turns on Pino and comes in the other way. Good step up by Cerda to deny. Now Pino keeps rushing. That ball got out in front of him. And the foul called on Tovar down by the San Diego bench.
Foul or did it go out?
It could be, you're right. Maybe they're saying it went out of bounds.
Yeah, touched one of the Sockers players off that sliding challenge there from the Monterrey man. Either way, Sockers on the restart just in front of their bench.
Here we
legs
go.
out there.
Contreras does a little jig and then passes it back to Serra. Gutierrez now in the corner. Cristian Gutierrez. Escalante holds him off, but the ball squirted through to Pollo, and the Sockers regain possession. Contreras surveys. Tight defense by Monterrey all night. This game very little like the 7-6 affairs that San Diego and Monterrey played on December 28th and April 13th. Giveaway, Serra. Thought that ball would go through, and it did not. Now Contreras. Chile wasn't looking for that one.
Got Chile sleeping there.
Gutierrez. Childs. Pollo. Pollo shoots just wide. He lined up the lumber on that one.
That almost hit post as well.
Back the other way, Vaca. 7:40 to go. Stepping over Vaca. Stop and start. Stop and start. Vaca gets the ball back. It's Pichardo. Working into the corner, wall pass. Coming around, Chile Farias. The dangerous Chile. Shot blocked. Oh, Serra. Almost took a foul. And the play will continue. Physical affair. 7:18 to go in the match. Next goal's going to be big. Pichardo. Kire. Good to see Kire back out after taking that shot to the face. But he lost the ball for the moment. Rescued dangerously by Serra and sent forward. And staying in on the top of the wall, Segura. Segura gives it to Velez. Two players in tight space. Velez sent it back to the middle. Need by Kire to Reynoso, who could have picked it up, and then he does. Diego's southpaw distribution. Look out here, Contreras. Will this ball stay in play? He somehow got it back to Pardo.
Incredible.
Inches from a defensive clearance. 6.5 minutes to play in the Western Conference Final in the fourth quarter. In the air. Reynoso punches it away from Leo's head. Leo got his haircut tickled on that one.
No nonsense goalkeeping from Reynoso.
Chapa likes to take on his man. Good jump in by Pino. Back to Aguilar. Aguilar around to Scotto. Diving save. Rebound in the crease and stolen by Pee-wee. Dove back. Got slide tackle. And Pardo.
Every inch being fought for. So much passion. So many tired legs and tired brains out there right now as well.
It's Farber and to Scotto. Brandon cuts it to Leo. Leo turns and shoots. He scores! Leonardo de Oliveira has given the Sockers their first lead of the night.
The Brazilian Bull charging in for the lads in blue and gold. Leonardo de Oliveira, the hero for the San Diego Sockers way back on opening night, back in late 2018. And here in this immediate sense, in this rather big Western Conference Final, Leonardo de Oliveira has given the Sockers the lead. And in a game that is as low scoring and defensively sound as this one, you get the feeling that that could be a winning goal. That could very well be the difference in this game. Still a lot of time left for things to get crazy, for different narratives to be written here. But Leonardo de Oliveira, you see him actually getting treated by Paul Savage right now. That little shot that he took from Reynoso. The next chance that Leo got, he put it right past Reynoso with a knuckling, tailing shot. I don't think it deflected. I think Reynoso just never really saw it. Tailed around the back of Brian Aguilar. We just got another look on the in-house monitor here. I think indeed that thing took a clean pathway into the net and just kind of wrong-footed Reynoso. And it could very well be the goal that puts the Sockers into the Grand Finale. But again, still a long way to go.
De Oliveira. Do you remember the first 10 games of this season? And you talk about the overtime game winner, but about the first 10 games of this season, Leonardo de Oliveira had the anti-goal boots in terms of missing just wide. Posts, crossbars, not finding the frame. Sometimes maybe trying to overdo it.
One touch too many, Leo, as he was being called by a few people.
Right. And now you see that perfect balance. And when Leo's in the pocket, he is one of the best players in Major Arena Soccer.
First lead of the night for the home side. They wanted to play with the lead.
How do they respond? And more importantly, how does Monterrey? And this crowd is going to be as revved up as they've been all night. Thunder sticks clanging. Standing room only in the party at the pitch for our soccer social summiteers.
This is great. This is what it's all about.
His second of the game, scored by number 11, Leonardo de Oliveira. With an assist to number 19.
To Tayu. Escoto properly credited the assist. Tovar back to Reynoso. And it's Escalante, and now for the first time he can cross the midfield stripe. Reynoso will do so. Escalante back, and we are 55 done and 5 to play in the Western Conference Final. 3-2 San Diego, as close as you'd like. Reynoso is coming up to play an Ersatz sixth attacker here. San Diego may look to a chipping opportunity if they get the chance, but Aguilar will step with 2 touches and then break down Farber's ankles. Farber scrambling around like a frog on a hot plate. Aguilar. It is Escalante, and Tayu's trying to seek out the back post. Pino couldn't win the ball back. Diving save, Pardo!
There it is. There's that save I was talking about.
Escoto pulled, no call, play on. 4:15.
Shortly going to have to make another one, too.
Vaca, the straight challenge.
I mean, you talk about 50-50. You look up 50-50 challenge in the dictionary.
Sliding to capture the ball. Pee-wee on the floor for San Diego. Oh, minute 56 is gone. 4 to play. Damian. The left foot. Oh, just wide of left post. He almost slotted it, gang.
What a player. What a player.
It's Torres. Torres has 3 fouls. Torres, no call there. This one punched away by Pardo on the ground again.
Brandon.
Escoto's forward, 1v4. He'll want to hold it up. And Vaca steals. Not what San Diego needed right there. They needed possession. 3:30 to go.
Gassed as he hops over the boards. He's given everything tonight.
This one into the corner to Torres with those 3 fouls. Torres. That's a save, and Pardo with shaky hands for a moment. Gets it off Contreras' foot.
Timeout. Calls for a timeout.
I love this timeout by San Diego.
Good
so
timeout.
Needed. So needed. The Sockers were doing a bit of hanging on there, Nate. But they're also defending with their souls right now.
Well, we opened up tonight's broadcast talking about Brandon Escoto and his performance against Tacoma in the division final. And that spectacular assist where he broke down darn near the entire Tacoma team to set up Eddie Velez, El Vaquero, for the hat trick and the winning golden goal in the end of that. Escoto hasn't scored tonight. He has assisted. He got the assist on that goal for Leo, but it's had to be other goal scorers tonight. It's been 2 men. It's been Leonardo de Oliveira with a brace and the captain who tied the score at 2. So if Escoto doesn't score and the Sockers get the win, you know Brandon will be just fine with it. He's still given so much to the cause tonight, most notably that assist that just came moments ago. Quit yawning, wake up.
How about this crowd and the energy that they've brought all night long? The Milwaukee Wave await the winner of this match. 2-1 winners over the 3-time but no longer defending champion Baltimore Blast. Tip of the cap to Danny Kelly, one of the great coaches in the history of this sport. Bringing a Baltimore team that most people thought had taken maybe 2 full steps back from where they were last year. still to within, honestly, a crossbar hit in the closing seconds of taking overtime, at least in the conference final. But Milwaukee prevailed. And in one match, luck, gang, matters. Big time. As much as anything else. Now the Sockers, Nate, must possess. Our third key on our keys to victory was pressure possession. We're on the second half of the slash here. It's possession time for San Diego. The longer that they can hold the ball here, the less chance Monterrey has to go to a sixth attacker. Pardo's choice is a strong arm out. And look at this, Charles to Farber on the juggle. Farber's gonna lose the ball. And Contreras is gonna get it back. San Diego must possess, and here they go. 57 minutes complete in the Western Conference Final. This one's gonna be headed out of bounds by Monterrey. Sockers ball on the southern wall. Cerda. No, they said that was quickly distributed. Delay of game warning on San Diego. Pee Wee told to stop harassing Brian Aguilar and to get away from the free kick. Pee Wee has played heroically tonight. He's been battling injury for the last month. And he's taken every shift asked. The deep end is roaring. The Sockers are back in play. 2:45 to go. Another long ball. Childs. The pressure by Monterrey up and down the floor. Childs with two around. Childs trying to squirt and turn the other direction. Warded off, tipped, but the foul's called on Craig.
Oh, they took the quick kick there. That's what Pee Wee's trying to say, that they tried to take it quick and then he just took it, and now they're going to get a second chance to take. Monterrey, bit of a get out of jail free card there. It was definitely a foul on Childs, but Monterrey tried to take a quick free kick, and now they're going to knee it back for the goalie. Unreal.
2.5 minutes to play. Here comes Reynoso. No one is wearing sixth attacker. Boy, Monterrey was sure the Sockers had 6 men on the floor.
Yeah.
They were screaming. This ball comes to Aguilar. One mistake is all it takes for Aguilar to tie the Western Conference Final. Contreras chose the wrong shoulder. Aguilar got a sitter. We are tied at 3.
Well, he got a sitter, but he made no mistake about this finish. And we'll see the replay here. Damian Garcia carrying the ball up, just putting enough kind of funky English off that thing, and it just wrong foots Contreras in the end of it. And yeah, it was an easy finish, but you talk about finishing with authority. Aguilar goes top shelf, and it's 3-all, and now we've got a 2-minute and 19-second game to decide the Western Conference.
And that goal at 12:41, and Contreras not standing his ground in that particular circumstances, anticipating a bounce that didn't come. And now we are back to even terms. Leo falls in the zone. This is a critical call. They will place it outside the area. It could have been a penalty kick on San Diego. Wow.
Inches away from being a classic penalty kick.
Boy. And I think his heels were outside the zone.
The heels were outside. See again here. Oh, man. That is oh so close. But still, even from this set piece, something that the Sockers could do.
Well, the odds are that you play this out. And the question is to whom? Everyone packed in low. What an opportunity. We watch it again. And we see Pino. We see Leo. Oh, the post. He hit the left post. Leo almost got a hat trick and a go-ahead goal. Pee Wee Ortega steps through a tackle, is down on the ground.
I think they're going to call handball.
They're going to call a jump ball. They're going to call a drop ball here.
Face off.
Drop ball. Frank says, I'll take this, thanks. Tayo. Cerda called for a foul.
Sockers got to keep their heads here. Sockers have got to keep their heads here. Leo saying, get back, wake up, you're a defender.
Great chance for the Flash to steal this game right now. Minute 56 to play, And look at this. The ball coming into the Sockers party on the pitch area.
Lucky. Just lucky Farber might have mistimed that one a little bit. Well, Sockers will take luck right now at the other end. Take whatever gets their 3 up to
Look
a
at
4.
this. Serda. Tayu's always going to be there like a shark waiting to pounce. Minute 42. It's Leo.
It's touch.
Leo. Out of bounds as he goes down. There's 96 seconds left in regulation. Reynoso. Cut it back, Escalante. 90 seconds. Tayu. Pino's on him. Ball comes to Cañez, but Serda steps in front. Pino has to rescue this one along the wall. He just puts it down the middle of the floor. Leo being boxed out there. Minute 11 in regulation. Pino forced into a blind clearance, and Gutierrez got a head on it. And then reaching in, Leo had it taken away. It's Cañez, it's Tayu, and the turning block by Pino at the moment of truth. Final minute, minute 60 in the Western Conference Final. We're tied 3-3.
How big can a defender be in the Ron Newman Cup playoffs? Oh.
That ball bounced to Escalante away from Ortega. 43 seconds, and Cañez with all kinds of space. Enrique Cañez, wide of the dive and wide of the goal. Vaca keeps it alive to Tayu. Tayu chips it into the middle, and Ortega calm. 30 seconds, stepping up the steal. It's Vallejo. Vallejo to the middle. This ball will roll into Pardo. 20 seconds left now.
Could at least hold for the last chance here.
Nope.
Nope.
Garcia. Cañez in the air, blind. Pee-wee sends it forward. It's Childs. 10 seconds. Craig Childs in the corner. Childs stepping. Foul's called. They're going to call it on Childs. And they're going to get him for embellishment. Five seconds left. Childs, I don't know. Watching it again on the big screen here, it looked like someone clipped his leg. There's 5 seconds. There's 4. Reynoso with 3. Reynoso with 2 and 1 will allow golden goal overtime to come to San Diego's Pechanga Arena. Timeout. Golden goal next on 11 Sports USA. Oh. 60 minutes could not decide the Western Conference Final in the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. We go to golden goal overtime. The Sockers and the Monterrey Flash are tied 3-3. The Sockers trailed 2-0, scored 3 consecutive goals, one in the first, one in the second, and Leonardo de Oliveira's second of the game at 9:18 of the fourth to give San Diego their lone lead. The Flash continuing to pressure, and one critical misstep in the corner for San Diego. Brian Aguilar allowed to be free on the doorstep when Contreras thought the ball would go into the corner, and it settled to Aguilar's right foot for a point-blank goal, his second of the night. Now, the next goal wins. 4-3 will be the final. If at the end of this 10 minutes no one scores, we'll put another 10 up. We keep going until someone scores a golden goal. The Sockers will attack left to right, the Flash right to left. And here we go. Damian.
Getting the strange sense of deja vu, Craig.
And tension. Garcia looking for Tayu. This ball came through to him, and he shot it wide. Couldn't turn to face net. Aguilar has been the man of the match. Garcia punched away Pardo. Rebound Vaca, skipping, post! El poste!
Oh my God.
The corner of the post and out.
Oh my
Escoto.
God.
It's Brandon Escoto. Farber's coming down the middle. Escoto's trying to get him the ball.
Oh.
Reynoso Stepped in front on
Oh,
time.
Sockers are stretched here.
Yes, they are.
Oh, no.
This is a dangerous. Vaca, he scores! The Monterrey Flash have done it. Vaca, the king of clutch, has sent his club to the Ron Newman Cup final in Milwaukee. And a 23-match win streak ends in despair in San Diego. As that ball hit the crossbar, hit the goal line twice, and ever so painfully trickled in. And it was all for naught. It was all for naught.
Few words can describe the feeling in this arena right now, but credit's got to go to the man who we spotlighted at the opening of tonight's telecast. He's clutch. He's also clutch. Vaca sends Monterrey to the grand finale. They will take on Milwaukee in the state of Wisconsin. 4-3 the final. Boris Pardo can't believe it.
54 seconds into golden goal overtime. An entire year was all about one match for the San Diego Sockers. And they must try to get back up that mountain again next year. For his 6th straight season, San Diego will not make the final. For a 3rd straight season, they lose in the Western Conference final. And this time, a team that went 6-0 in golden goal, that had won every close game at home, save one, every way possible, and it must be said, danced on the knife's edge all night long, was clearly not the better side in the second half. I feel confident saying that. Monterrey controlled. Monterrey could have had multiple goals in the third quarter. They hit every post and crossbar imaginable. And I think, Nate, it is purely poetic justice that the last game-winning golden goal went off the crossbar and in.
Yes, I'm with you 99% of everything you just said. What's just kind of agonizing about all of it is with all of that, with everything that you rightfully point out, they still had a 3-2 lead with just a couple of minutes left.
They did.
They still had a lead at home with just a couple of minutes left.
Timeout. We'll be back to wrap it up from San Diego next. One of the great gutsy performances in MASL playoff history, the Monterrey Flash, come to San Diego, take down the top team in the MASL, a club that was 25-1, trailed with under 3 minutes to play on the road, got the one mistake they needed to tie the match, and then dominated the 54 seconds of overtime. Miguel Vaca with tired Sockers behind the play on the floor, coming in wide open on right angle. He had to take the shot just to step inside the red line, and he made it count. He broke the hearts of San Diego, a Sockers franchise that truly thought they had the team to play for the Ron Newman Cup, now is left with a book full of questions for the offseason. Let's bring you the second half highlights of this match tonight. 2-2 in the third. We're going to see a lot of dangerous flash in these highlights. As Frank Taillou just misses catching Pardo off his line, and then Pardo with a dynamic save. And Frank Taillou with little to say. Pardo was terrific tonight. Here, just wide again, with Aguilar getting a second bite, and Taillou a third and hitting the frame. It was truly a miracle the Sockers were not trailing at the end of 3 quarters. Here's Pardo again. Here's Torres just high, and Vaca just wide.
This all really happened, and the Sockers still managed. We're going to see this chance with Pino charging the other way right now, and Pino getting forward to Escota, who put it right at Reynoso. There's a huge chance. And despite all of this, the Sockers, as Aguilar,
unbelievable not scoring here.
Slices and dices here off that wall, and then this one goes high. The Sockers are eventually going to take the lead.
Escoto
right
to
here.
Leo.
Yeah.
And Leonardo de Oliveira, the joy, the final goal of the soccer season as it turned out. was Leo's third of the playoffs.
And it so easily could have been a winner. Sockers, after all that, after the way this whole game went, little spill here from Pardo, but the Sockers able to clear their lines.
And now the critical moment.
Here it comes.
As Garcia just plays it off the goal wall, and Contreras, watch Contreras going the wrong way. Aguiar is there to put it in sharp angle and score.
Ray's going to think about that one all off season. That gave Flash the lifeline they needed. And then credit to Monterrey when it came to overtime.
Already with two incredible chances to win the game in the first 30 seconds. And then the game winner. And as you can see, the Sockers were just behind the play. Escoto, no speed to continue. And as they fanned out, Vaca hits a perfect shot. An absolutely perfect shot to send the Flash for the second straight season into the Grand Finale. This time they will head to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the Wave can now say they are the best club in the league and the favorites with the best remaining record. And for the San Diego Sockers, what can you say, Nate? This is a club, these are the Yankees in arena soccer. They accept nothing less than a championship. And it is amazing to think of a 25-2 season as a failure. And it's painful to think that way. But trust me when I tell you, the top of this organization feels that way right now.
If you're a fan of the Sockers, if you've been watching all season long, you've been coming out to games here at this grand old arena and supporting your team, you gotta try to take that step back and realize what you had the privilege of being a part of for this entire season. Obviously, if you're a player, a coach, or staff member or member of the ownership group with the Sockers, it's not nearly as easy to do so. But I ask you, the Sockers fan, to try to do your best to do just that and take that step back and realize that you got to be part of something really, really special this year. Landon Donovan was even a part of something this year. Every Sockers player rose to the occasion all season long, and we're just inches, quite literally in the end of it, inches away from making their way back to the place where they need to be, back to the Ron Newman Cup final and bringing the Ron Newman Cup back home to its rightful home here in San Diego. But those scenes that you saw there at the end of the game, those scenes that you saw from the Monterrey Flash players, you got to tip your cap to what you said, Craig, and rightfully so. One of the grittiest performances that we've seen in the history of the Major Arena Soccer League, in the young history of this specific league. That was gutsy as anything that we've seen. And Monterrey exercising demons of their own after losing the Grand Finale on their home turf to Baltimore last year. Now they're going to get a chance to try to win it all on the road in Milwaukee. So tip of the cap to all of you Sockers fans for all of your effort throughout this season. Tip of the cap to all of the Sockers players, as dejected as they may be. And you got to, again, give a tip of the cap to the Monterrey Flash.
The Flash did it. The Sockers will have much to evaluate in the offseason. But in the end, Nate, you know, here's the thing, man. San Diego played so magically through this season, and there were so many matches that could have gone the other way. Frank Taillou had a quote on MASLsoccer.com earlier this week. He said, and this is a direct quote, "It's no secret the Sockers don't play great soccer. They just don't lose. They find a way to win each time." And that had been the case. And you and I spoke many times on Soccer's Overtime. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that that magic is working for you, or that you are dancing with fire and you're eventually going to be burned? And tonight the question was answered definitively. They were dancing with fire. They got burned at the most critical moment for everything. 6-1 in Golden Goal overtime this year is a good record, but the and one is the one that will hurt. And I'm not kidding when I say this, for the rest of each one of these players' lifetimes. This was supposed to be their year, and it's not. And with that, we wish the best of luck to Milwaukee and Monterrey in the Grand Finale next week. I believe I heard May 4th on the Milwaukee broadcast earlier this afternoon, for what should be a tremendous championship match. And I don't think the Sockers should feel in any way that they were robbed of this one. Monterrey earned their trip to Milwaukee and did so in a dramatic fashion. Well, folks, obviously the disappointment up here in the broadcast booth might be palpable to you watching worldwide on Twitch and 11 Sports USA. We work with these players day in and day out, morning, noon, and night, see them, travel with them on the road. We knew the confidence level of this club. We knew everything that was at stake tonight. And the Sockers will pick up the pieces. They'll come back and they'll continue to be a banner franchise in the Major Arena Soccer League, and we will see what next year brings, because we will have to wait in San Diego for a long time till December to see this great Sockers franchise come back. I want to say personally a great thank you to the GM Sean Bowers, to our owner head coach Phil Salvaggio, to everybody who is instrumental behind the scenes with this Sockers group, our front office, our director of ticket sales Mary Beth Hughes, Michelle Greek, Savannah Morehouse, Shane Brown, corporate sponsorships, John Green, community, social media. We've got a hard-working group here, gang, and I feel like the Sockers took some major strides in the San Diego sports community this season. Topping it with a championship would have been the cherry on top. San Diegans are well-versed in sports heartbreak and in great teams coming up short. And the one thing in my San Diego sports life, Nate, that I can directly compare this to is the 2006 14-2 San Diego Chargers, the best team in the NFL, home field advantage throughout the playoffs, down on their luck in a weird way. It sounds crazy to say that New England Patriots team that year, kind of their worst team.
Yeah.
And San Diego with that game, in their hands in the fourth quarter and losing it dramatically and at the end. And that's what this feels like to me.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody has their own personal comparison. It might be that example from the NFL ranks. It could be another one for whoever the specific San Diego sports fan individual is. And at the same time, all comparisons kind of go out the window. This was a standalone situation. This was so special for the Sockers this season, really reinvigorating the Sockers fan makeup around this cross-border sporting community, getting Tijuana involved, everybody here in San Diego also involved, and it comes up agonizingly short in the end of it. But the Sockers got to get right back to work next season. And again, best of luck to both teams in the Grand Finale as they play for the Ron Newman Cup in Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Wave and tonight's winners of the Western Conference Final, the Monterrey Flash.
We wish good luck to Tom Wynn and Art Kramer, who will be the broadcast crew for the Grand Finale. I know that Nate and I desperately wanted to have that honor, and instead it will go to the folks with the cheeseheads. And we say so long now. Thanks to our TVX video crew. Great job in your first year. Just improving and improving over the course of the season, and thrilled to bring you the drama and excitement of the Major Arena Soccer League. For Melissa May, for Nate Abarea, this is Craig Elston signing off from San Diego, where the Flash in overtime, in a flash, ended San Diego's 23-match win streak, ended their season. 4-3, the overtime final score. And now, so long from San Diego.